Growth and comfort do not coexist. Ginny Rometty. Feeling overwhelmed? Good, you're supposed to feel this way. Overwhelm isn't a sign of fatigue or failure. It's proof that you're pushing beyond your limits, stepping outside your comfort zone and growing in ways you never imagined. If you're waiting for everything to feel easy before you start, you're going to be waiting forever. Because change, real change, is uncomfortable. But discomfort is where the magic happens. Let me show you in 6 easy steps why feeling overwhelmed is the key to learning, growing, and surpassing your competition. Why it is the only way you will learn new skills, to transform yourself, and to succeed in life. Step 1. Embrace the discomfort. Let's get one thing clear. Discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that something is happening. Most people run from it. They hide in their phones, binge-watch shows, or scroll endlessly through social media to escape that uncomfortable feeling of being overwhelmed. But the truth is, every time you do that, you're missing the opportunity to grow. Growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable. It happens when you're challenged. So next time you feel overwhelmed, lean into it. Understand that your mind is expanding, and that process is supposed to be hard. Discomfort is the currency of growth. You wouldn't expect to lift heavy weights at the gym without feeling sore, right? The same goes for your mind. The first time you face a new challenge, it hurts, it's confusing, and you're tempted to quit. But each time you push through, you build mental muscle. You become stronger. Step 2. The power of repetition. Overwhelm is a sign you're facing something new, something your mind hasn't mastered yet. But just like lifting weights, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Each repetition takes you one step closer to mastery. Remember when you first tried to learn a new skill? At first, it felt impossible. Nothing clicked, and it felt like you were moving in slow motion. But over time, as you repeated the process, something incredible happened. It started to make sense. That's the power of repetition. When you do something enough times, your mind builds patterns and recognition. What was once overwhelming becomes second nature. But here's the catch. Most people never stick around long enough for that shift to happen. They quit before the breakthrough. Don't be that person. Stick with it, because once you get past the overwhelm, the clarity that comes next is life-changing. Step 3. Train your mind like you train your body. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you expose it to discomfort, the more resilient it becomes. Think of every new challenge, every difficult task, as a workout for your brain. Just like you wouldn't expect to bench press 200 pounds on your first day at the gym, don't expect instant mastery when you're learning something new. Give your mind time to adjust. Keep showing up. Keep pushing through. Eventually, what once seemed impossible will become easy. That's the process of growth. Imagine you're in the gym, pushing through those last few reps. Your muscles are burning, your body is telling you to quit, but you don't. That's when the real growth happens. The same is true for your mind. When it gets hard, when you want to give up, that's when you're on the edge of a breakthrough. Step 4. Overwhelm is the gateway to insight. When you push through that discomfort long enough, something clicks. Suddenly, everything starts to make sense. You've heard of the aha moment, right? That's what happens when your brain finally connects the dots after being in the struggle for so long. It's called insight, and it only comes to those who are willing to push through the chaos. You're not going to find it while sitting comfortably on the sidelines. You have to be in the game, fighting through the confusion, battling the overwhelm, and then, all at once, everything falls into place. Jose Saramago said, "Chaos is merely order waiting to be deciphered." But that only happens when you commit to the process. If you bail when things get hard, you'll never experience that moment of clarity. So next time you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself, you're on the edge of something great. Keep going. Step 5. Find meaning in the challenge. Here's the truth. If you're not working on something challenging, something that pushes you to your limits, you're not growing. Your mind craves stimulation. It craves challenge. And when you give it that challenge, it will rise to the occasion. But you have to make it meaningful. You need to anchor the challenge to a bigger vision. What are you working towards? Why are you pushing through this? The more meaning you attach to the struggle, the easier it becomes to handle the overwhelm. When you have a project, a goal, or a vision, every challenge becomes a step towards that goal. Without that vision, the challenge just feels like chaos. But when you know what you're working towards, the chaos makes sense. It becomes a necessary part of the journey. Step 6. Accept overwhelm as a tool for mastery. Overwhelm is not something to avoid. It's something to embrace. It's the very feeling that signals you're breaking through old limits and expanding into something greater. Most people see overwhelm and step back, retreating to comfort. But the truth is, mastery lies in the willingness to move forward, even when it feels like too much. Think of overwhelm as a test. Only those who can face it, navigate through it, and come out the other side will experience true growth. The discomfort you feel is not a sign to stop, but a sign to keep going. It means you're on the verge of something bigger. Every great achievement has come with moments of doubt, confusion, and overwhelm. So here's the real challenge. Next time you feel overwhelmed, instead of running from it, lean in. Push through. Don't just survive it, use it. Let it fuel you. Because on the other side of that discomfort is everything you've been working for. It's where growth happens, and where you'll find the version of yourself that's capable of far more than you ever imagined. You're supposed to feel overwhelmed. It means you're pushing the boundaries of what you know. It's the price of growth, the evidence that you're stretching beyond your comfort zone into something new. But here's the key. You can't retreat when things get tough. That feeling of overwhelm, it's a signal that you're on the right path. Stop treating discomfort as a roadblock and start seeing it for what it truly is, an opportunity. An opportunity to rise above, to break old patterns, and to step into a version of yourself that's capable of far more than you ever imagined. As Anais Nin put it, life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear or overwhelm. It's feeling those things and still moving forward. It's the willingness to face the chaos, knowing that on the other side of it, you will emerge stronger, smarter, and more capable. The next time you're overwhelmed, remember, that's the signal you're leveling up. Don't run from it, run towards it. Every time you push through, you're forging a path that most people aren't willing to walk, and that's what will set you apart. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when you choose to embrace the challenge, to lean into the discomfort, and to keep moving forward even when it feels impossible. That's how you build resilience. That's how you build success. So, ask yourself, will you retreat back into comfort, or will you step up and keep pushing forward? Because the truth is, the life you want, the person you want to become, is waiting on the other side of that discomfort. Don't settle. Don't shrink. Expand, grow, and keep going, no matter how hard it feels. Because if you're overwhelmed, you're already on the path to greatness.